Welcome back to English with Me, the podcast that helps you speak English with confidence, clarity, and a whole lot of fun. Hey everyone, I'm Mike.
And I'm Rebecca. And oh my goodness, do we have a great episode for you today?
We really do. So, if you've ever stood at an airport check-in counter, completely frozen, not knowing what to say, this episode is for you.
Absolutely. Today we're talking about survival English at the airport. Everything you need to know, the key phrases, the vocabulary, the little expressions that make you sound like a natural, we're covering it all.
And we're going to make it super practical, like real-life situations you're actually going to face.
Right, so whether you're a first-time traveler or just someone who gets a little nervous speaking English in high-pressure situations, stick with us. By the end of this episode, you're going to feel so much more prepared.
All right, let's jump in. Rebecca, let's start from the very beginning. What's the first thing someone has to deal with when they arrive at the airport?
Oh, great question. So the very first step is check-in. Now, check-in is the process where you register for your flight at the airport. You confirm your booking, hand over your luggage, and get your boarding pass.
Right, the boarding pass. And what exactly is that?
So your boarding pass is the document, or these days it's usually digital on your phone, that gives you permission to get on the plane. It shows your seat number, your gate, your flight number, all of that important information.
Got it. So when you walk up to the check-in counter, what do you actually say?
Okay, so this is where a lot of learners freeze up, right? But honestly, it's pretty simple. You can say something like, "Hi, I'd like to check in for my flight." Or even just, "I'm checking in for flight VN203 to Tokyo."
Simple and direct. I love it.
Exactly. And then the airline staff, the person behind the counter, will ask you for your passport and your booking confirmation. And here's a word I want people to remember: booking confirmation. That's the proof that you've already reserved and paid for your flight. It might be a printed paper or an email on your phone.
And sometimes they also ask, did you pack your bags yourself?
Yes! Ha ha ha! That question always catches people off guard. And the correct answer, of course, should always be yes, because they want to make sure no one else put anything dangerous in your bags without you knowing.
Right. Security reasons. Okay, so you've checked in. What's next?
So next comes the luggage drop-off, or baggage drop. If you have a big suitcase, what we call checked baggage, you hand it over to the airline and they put it in the cargo hold of the plane. That's the storage area underneath the passenger cabin.
And then you just wait and hope your bag arrives at the same destination as you.
Ha ha ha! Oh, Mike, don't say that. But yeah, sometimes bags do get misrouted. That means they end up going to the wrong place. Not fun, but it does happen.
So it's always a good idea to keep your important things in your carry-on, right?
Exactly. Your carry-on is the smaller bag that you're allowed to take onto the plane with you. It goes in the overhead bin, the storage compartment above your seat.
Perfect. Okay, so bags are checked, boarding pass is in hand, now what? We've got to go through security, right?
Oh yes, the security checkpoint. Honestly, this is the part that makes a lot of people anxious, even native speakers.
It can be a bit stressful. What are some useful phrases here?
Well, the security officers will usually guide you, but it helps to understand what they're saying. They might say things like, "Please remove your shoes and belt," or "Take your laptop out of your bag and place it in the tray."
And a tray is that flat plastic container you put your things in before they go through the X-ray machine.
Yes, and the X-ray machine is the device that scans your belongings to check for prohibited items, things that are not allowed on the plane, like liquids over 100 milliliters, sharp objects, or anything considered dangerous.
Ah, the liquid rule. That one gets people every time.
It really does. So remember, Any liquids, gels, or creams you carry on board must be in containers of 100 milliliters or less, and they all need to fit in one small, clear, resealable plastic bag.
Very important. And if something gets flagged at security,
So if the security alarm goes off, or if your bag needs a closer look, a security officer might say, "Sir, can you step aside, please?" Or "We need to do a secondary screening." Don't panic. Secondary screening just means they want to take a closer look at your bag or check you with a handheld scanner.
right, just stay calm, cooperate, and everything will be fine.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've made it through security. Now we're in the departure lounge. This is the area of the airport where you wait before boarding your flight, and there's usually shopping, restaurants, cafes, all of that.
And this is also where you need to find your gate. Rebecca, what's a gate?
Great question. Your gate is the specific exit point in the airport where you board your plane. Each flight is assigned a gate number, and you'll find it on your boarding pass and on the departure boards around the airport.
And departure boards are those big screens showing all the flights, their status, and which gate they're departing from.
Exactly. And the key word to watch on that board is status. You want to see the word on time, meaning your flight is departing as scheduled. But sometimes you'll see delayed, which means the flight is running late.
Ugh, nobody likes seeing that word.
Ha ha ha, nobody, but it happens. And if your flight is delayed, you can go to the airline information desk and ask, "Can you tell me how long the delay is? Or has there been any update on flight VN23?"
Good phrases to know. And what if the flight is cancelled altogether?
Oh, that's a tough one. If your flight is canceled, you have the right to ask for a rebooking. That means getting a new flight or a refund. You can say, "I'd like to rebook my flight," or "Can you tell me my options, please?"
Very helpful. Okay, now let's talk about one of my favorite moments, when they finally call for boarding.
Yes, boarding time. So usually you'll hear an announcement, either over the speakers or from a staff member at the gate, that says something like, "We are now boarding flight VN23 to Tokyo. Please have your boarding pass and passport ready."
And they usually board in groups, right?
Yes, exactly. They might say, "We are now boarding passengers in rows 30 to 45, or "Priority boarding is now open for business class passengers and families with young children."
Priority boarding, that means certain passengers get to board before everyone else.
Right. And when you walk up to the gate and hand over your boarding pass, the staff member will scan it and might say, "Enjoy your flight." And that's your cue to walk down the jetway.
Oh, what's a jetway?
Ha ha ha, great timing, Mike. A jetway, also called a boarding bridge, is that enclosed walkway that connects the airport terminal to the door of the airplane. You walk through it to get on the plane.
Ah, yes. I know exactly what that is. I just didn't know the word. See, this is why this episode is so useful.
Exactly. And once you're on the plane, the flight attendants, the staff members who take care of passengers during the flight, will greet you and help you find your seat.
And if you can't find your seat or you need help with your carry-on bag, you can just say, "Excuse me, could you help me with this?" Simple and polite.
Perfect. Politeness goes such a long way in these situations, right? Even just saying please and thank you makes such a big difference.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, Rebecca, before we wrap up, I want to do a quick lightning round, some super common airport phrases that our listeners should just have memorized.
Oh, I love this. Let's do it.
All right, I have a connecting flight. What does that mean?
Ooh, good one. A connecting flight means your journey involves more than one flight. You have a layover, a stop at another airport, before you reach your final destination.
Perfect. Next one. I'd like an aisle seat, please.
An aisle seat is a seat next to the walkway in the middle of the plane, so you can get up easily without climbing over people. The opposite is a window seat, which is next to the window, and a middle seat, well, nobody really wants the middle seat.
Ha ha ha, so true.
It's the universal truth of air travel.
Okay, next. My bag is overweight.
Uh-oh, that's a stressful sentence. Overweight means your luggage is heavier than the airline's allowed limit. Each airline has a baggage allowance, the maximum weight your checked bag can be. If you go over that, you might have to pay an excess baggage fee.
Yep, and those fees can be expensive. So always weigh your bag before you go to the airport.
Such good advice. Okay, one more?
One more. Could I get a window seat upgrade?
Bold move. An upgrade means moving to a better class of service, for example, from economy class to business class. And honestly, it never hurts to ask politely.
Never hurts to ask. All right, I think that is a great place to wrap up. Rebecca, any final thoughts for our listeners?
Yes. Look, airports can feel overwhelming, especially when you're navigating them in a second language. But the truth is, most airport staff are used to working with international travelers. They're patient, they're helpful, and as long as you stay calm and use the phrases we talked about today, you are going to be absolutely fine.
Well said. And remember, the more you practice, the more confident you'll feel. So whether you're actually traveling soon or you just want to be prepared for the future, come back and listen to this episode again. Let it sink in.
And if you found this episode helpful, please subscribe, leave us a comment, and share it with a friend who's learning English. It really means everything to us and helps more people discover the channel.
We'll see you in the next one. Until then, safe travels, keep learning, and I'm Mike.
And I'm Rebecca.
See you next time on English with me.